I'm going to introduce a tool set for teachers and learners. The Social Media Classroom is a free, open source online teaching tool that incorporates sophisticated forum, wiki, chat, blogging and commenting, microblogging, social bookmarking, RSS, video sharing, and more in a uniform, easy to navigate, browser-based environment. It is meant to supplement, not replace, existing course management and learning management systems. This online collaboratory provides collaborative, many-to-many multimedia tools and a suite of wiki-based and video-based instructional material. Although I've only been teaching college students for 5 years, I've been thinking about the educational potential of online media, especially the people-to-people communication channels made possible by PCs and the Internet, since I first began to explore online sociality in the early 1980s.
Attention! Earthlings, do not panic.
In 1995, I designed an interface for a global University of Tomorrow. Back then, it cost millions to build a high-resolution, real-time working model of an online multimedia classroom. But we knew that computing processing power, inexpensive tools for creating digital media, and high-speed networks would one day make our prototype affordable. I never dreamed back then that the cost might drop so very close to zero. In 2008, 13 years later, I set out to produce a social media classroom out of free and open source software and free web services. When I first entered a Wi-Fi equipped classroom filled with students who never seemed to stray more than an arm's length from their laptops, I was surprised at the blank looks I saw on so many of their faces when I told them I expected them to blog and to edit the wiki. I had been taken in by my own familiarity with online media, the way my own daughter, a recent college graduate, used the web, and by the mythology surrounding the so-called digital natives. Don't get me wrong, in that first class and in every class since then, there have been one or two students who ended up teaching me a thing or two about online tools. So I kludged together a wiki, a blog, a message board, asked students to join free public social media services like Delicious, Flickr, YouTube, and Twitter. Again, I was surprised. They were overwhelmed. So I started thinking about how to put together an inexpensive, easy-to-use social media learning environment. Because I was teaching courses on participatory media, digital journalism, virtual community, and social media, I had already begun developing syllabi and lesson plans and trying them in action, using video and screencasts to supplement written instruction material. Assembling Web 2.0 communication media wasn't going to be enough. I needed to provide scaffolding for educators who want to go beyond the first goal of training their classrooms to use 21st century media effectively, to the truly powerful opportunity to engage their students in the questions about identity and cognition, interpersonal relationship, community, collective action, and public sphere that social media raise in their day-to-day lives and in their future. So I wrote about what I was already doing and plan to complete eventually, and was delighted to learn that I was one of the winners of the 2008 Haystack competition on digital media and learning. The award has enabled me to work with a developer to create the software platform and to continue to create curriculum. These are the most preliminary design sketches of how the social media classroom will look. Each participant will have a personal start page that aggregates their own posts and subscriptions to the different forms of online discourse. Blog posts and the comments that readers make in response are a democratization of the kind of public voice that used to be reserved for newspaper columnists and television commentators. Although each page is potentially the entrance to a vast container of discussion or compiled knowledge, the browser maintains a uniform interface that makes it easy to switch among communication modes fluidly. As well as the traditional text and links, blog posts today contain HTML, inline graphics, and video embeds. Tabs at the top of the browser enable participants to switch from blogs to forums to wikis to chat, social bookmarks, microblogs, and videos. Each tab will be a different color, and theme elements on each page will be color-coded so the users will always know which medium is in the foreground. Forums or message boards afford greater flexibility and organization for large many-to-many discussions that cover multiple topics over days, weeks, or even years. Chat can be a tab away on the social media dashboard. When working with a cohort of learners, chat can be a back channel during class discussions that can be productive if used properly. Another tab opens a wiki, which is an infinite gateway to as many interlinked pages the students and instructor want to create, complete with attachments, tags, and different views and means of navigating. The real power of a wiki is its affordances for collaborative work. It is the medium within which the students themselves can construct an artifact reflecting and making visible what they have read, discussed, and thought about throughout the course. Social bookmarking can automatically read feeds from services like Delicious and also provide internal bookmark sharing networks. Microblogs, like Twitter, offer yet another social medium. Each communication tool has different affordances and are appropriate for different kinds of groups and contexts. Part of the curriculum and training materials that accompany the social media classroom can help participants learn the rhetoric of social media and develop the skill of choosing the appropriate medium for their mission. Today, alphabetic literacy and visual literacy are not enough. Communicators today are also RSS radar operators, wiki collaborators, blog advocators, video thread conversationalists. The coevolution of technology, media, and collective action hasn't stopped. It's gone into hyperdrive. If you want to keep up, don't try to keep up with the technologies. Keep up with the literacies that the technologies make possible. The same, I believe, is true of pedagogy. 1,000 years ago, students flocked to Paris and Oxford, where valuable books, chained to a podium, were read by scholars. That type of pedagogy neither fits nor inspires the communication and intentional practices of 21st century students. Better tools do not by themselves make for better pedagogy. But I hope the social media classroom, collaboratory, the collateral materials, and the community of practice I hope to grow around its use will enable those who are pioneering participative pedagogy to share and refine their practices more widely. If you want to join the community of practice, please email me at howard@rheingold.com and I will notify you when we launch.